Up to the entry of Bizayon. So it says Chazal in Perkei Avot, chapter 4. Al tevaz lechol adam she'en lecha adam she'en lo sha'a. Do not be disrespectful to any person, because there's no person who does not have his hour. What does that mean? V'tzolonam lomar she'afilu legoy shafel en levazot u'lekalel. The person has to not humiliate or curse even a lowly idolater who can seemingly do you no harm. Because even though they may be powerless today, their sovereignty stands behind their ears. Meaning to say, sometimes a person can disgrace somebody, and talk bad about him, or to curse him off in his face, Hazav Shalom, and then think like, he's a nobody, who cares, whatever, I burnt this bridge, right? I burnt the bridge between me and him. Go jump in the lake, I don't care. But what happens? Then you don't know, sheesh lo sha'a. He has a sha'a, he has an hour. Maybe you saw a random guy in the street, you cursed him off because he cut you off or whatever. And then what? And then you drive to the courthouse and you see he's the judge. So what? You see that, you think he's a nobody. And then what? He has a shah, he has his hour, he was worth something. In the end, he had a lot of sovereignty. He thought he was powerless, but no, he has a lot of power. So therefore, a person should not humiliate even a goy, and how much more so, not another Jew. That what? A person should never seek to disgrace any other Jew. Because you never should disgrace any fellow Jew, because the man was created in the likeness of Hashem, and whoever disgraces a member of the Jewish people, it's like he disgraced the Shekhinah himself. So therefore, itself. Whenever the Chazal also tells us, whoever slaps another Jew, it's as if he slapped the Shekhinah itself, Hazav Shalom. So therefore, a person has to be very careful. As the Magamar Sechet Sanhedrin, Nun Het, here we go. Kilu soter la'or shel Shekhinah. It's as if you slap the cheek of the Shekhinah. And therefore, there's no valid reason never to disrespect another Jewish person, even though the person did something bad to you. We know that it was a shaliach. Hashem sent that person to do that thing to you. A person should only be concerned with humbling himself, not humbling other people. You're tzaddik. No, let me come show you how messed up you are. No, that's not how you should be doing to somebody else. You should be doing that to yourself. You should say, I think I'm tzaddik. Look how I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. I put two tefillin, but how come at the same time I do this? How come I come to Netz Minyan, but at the same time I do these averot? I do this. I go and I learn in the morning, and I make siyum, and everybody gives me kavod, but then I go do this behind everybody's back. I should humble myself. I should calm myself down and think, I'm a tzaddik. I really got to work on myself. But what? He's expert at telling everybody else how they're not tzaddik. And I'm good, I'm great, I'm fantastic. No, Hazav Shalom, the person should do the opposite. It's fitting that a person should be contemptible and repulsive in his own eyes, meaning not that you should be down and depressed. It means that you should work on yourself to always push yourself to become better and better. Because only you yourself understand and recognize all your own faults and shortcomings. Not everybody knows, right? Usually people point out everybody else's problems. No. Person has to look into himself inwards. When it comes to a person's self, what does the person usually do? He has Yetzirah. The Yetzirah tricks us to think of 49 ways to say why the sheretz, why the creepy crawly creature which has tumah is tahor. Oh, yeah, I steal money, but the insurance steals from me, so it's okay to steal from them. I don't report my taxes, but it's okay. The government gives it to all the, people who don't deserve it. Why should I support this organization, those people in Section 8 and that? So it's okay I steal from the government. It's okay I do this to this guy because he also does for me. So we go and rationalize so many times, and therefore, because of that, we say everything we do, I'm good, I'm tahor. Everybody else, pasul, but I'm tahor. It should be the opposite. Everyone's tahor. Everyone is, I have to humble myself in front of everybody else. I'm the one who needs to work on. And I can't point out and humble other people and tell them why they're wrong. A person is supposed to be working on himself. It's not the correct way to act, to always find good for yourself and find bad for others. Rather, it should be the opposite. So therefore, what? When a person does something else wrong to you, you should make it small. You shouldn't make a big deal about it. When you come to yourself, when it comes to yourself, it should be considered significant in your eyes. You should not be little. You should not be little, lessen the severity. With yourself, you should be strict. Like the masters Musar, right? A person should not look to defend himself by calculating the small significance of this transgression. The guy says, okay, so what? Okay, so I did the Rabbanan. What's the big deal? I did Avera. I didn't do what the rabbi said. What's the big deal? I didn't do what the Torah says. One halacha from the mitzvah. I did the mitzvah more or less. Okay, one halacha I didn't keep. Who commanded you to do all this? HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You went against HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's a big deal. That's something that a person should think twice about before writing it off, that it's not a big deal. A person has to feel anything you do against HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you should realize that it's a deemed as you rebelled against HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So it's a very severe thing. You have to decide what side of the fence you are. Are you on with Hashem or are you not with Hashem? People sometimes they like to be in the middle. Yeah, I like to do these holy things when I can. And then in my own time, I go and I do bad stuff behind closed doors. It's okay. This cancels out this. Like, guy steals, right? If it makes an honest business. And he says, Rabbi, I just give tzedakah. That's it. I cleanse the money. It's like money laundering. I stole over here. I made money from gambling. I just give it to the shul. It's okay. Everything's clean. It's fine. It's good. No, these type of rationalizations are very big mistakes. The person has to realize, I have to see it's not like a business. Oh, I lost some, but I made more here. So therefore, even out net, I made profits. That's not how it works. Any sin you do is a rebellion against HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So therefore, a person should not think what I do is okay, and therefore I could point out to others what they're doing wrong. No. Every single thing that I did wrong, I have to work on myself, be busy with myself. And they say, you have two eyes. Why? Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said if we had only one eye, we'd be in problems. But now we have two eyes. Baruch Hashem, we could say, he wanted to say, we should use only for one for holiness and one for not. But he says you have two eyes. Why? He says you have one eye to see the good in others, and you have one eye to introspect in yourself and to judge yourself. So therefore, a person should realize that this main purpose of being able to point out bad things is supposed to be internally. So therefore, Chaz v'shalom, we shouldn't be thinking that it's okay, I put two tefillin, it's okay, I go and do great mitzvot, and Chaz v'shalom behind closed doors do the biggest sins in the world. We should start with ourselves, and then we could judge others. Baruch Adonai Olam.